Hi, George. Kindly, let's give the guest 5 minutes to stream in and then we can get started. We're also waiting for other people from the trading community that had confirmed their attendance. So we are currently waiting. Guys, if you don't mind, just mute yourselves. Um, if you don't mind, just mute yourselves, with the exception of Stephen, who is our guest for today's webinar. And so as we wait for guys to stream in, I will add them as we go, because we have 4 minutes on the clock. Allow me to quickly introduce Stephen, because Stephen, this is the first time we're having him on our trading lounge. And it's truly an honor to have him. So I'm going to read out his trading bio. And then as I read out his trading bio, first of all, Stephen, can you confirm that you can be able to share your screen before we get started? Good to see you. Good to see you. Look sharp.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. So you can confirm if you can be able to share your screen, because I've given you access to multiple screen attendance. So yeah, as we wait for you to confirm that, I know Joseph and George already have live trading accounts with this brokerage firm. It's called HFM. We work in partnership with them. So this is an exclusive webinar. It's not yet sponsored, but we do give out a shout out to them because they have one of the best copy trading platforms and very many options. They actually won award last year for the best copy trading platform in 2024. So we'll get started. So allow me guys to read out the trading bio for our guest for today. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. Stephen Gachanja is a quant trader, an algo developer, and a fintech entrepreneur. About Steve, he is a quantitative trader and algorithmic strategy developer with over 7 years of experience in Forex trading. His journey began with the discretionary trading, and that's also called manual trading. But by his 4th year, Steve transitioned into building automated trading strategies using MQL4 and later MQL5, where he found deeper engagement in systematic trading. This led him to a role at a development lab where he not only built trading systems in MQL5, he also did TypeScript and PineScript via TradingView, also worked on API integrations and provided consulting on trading logic, strategy optimization, and alpha generation. His expertise in market data analysis and charting allowed him to assist researchers and junior traders in identifying and refining alpha-driven strategies, optimizing risk management, and enhancing execution efficiency. Later on, Steve became a quant trader, taking on additional responsibility of market execution, leveraging the tools he helped develop alongside researchers and his team. Eventually, Steve founded his own quant development firm, which led him to launch Swift. Steve, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Swift, a decentralized payment solution designed for traders and businesses handling crypto fiat transactions, remittances, and treasury management in stablecoins. Since its 2024 launch, Swift has seen significant growth with a strong Q1 2025, particularly in providing checkout solutions for Forex brokers entering African markets by enabling cheaper Kenya shillings deposits and withdrawals via blockchain rails. Steve holds a degree in industrial mathematics from Jomo Kenyatta University, JKUAT, class of 2021. Currently, he's exploring quant. I think it's more of quant institutions or something. You'll clarify quant school and machine learning. So he's still learning machine learning to further enhance his expertise in quantitative finance and systematic trading strategies. Wow, Steve, that's a long bio. Maybe briefly you can tell us, in a nutshell, how your trading journey has been, what sparked your interest in trading Forex, and 7 years in the game, what keeps you resilient and relentless in your own personal trading? And this is now, since you started as a manual trader and now transitioning to an automated trader.
Yeah, thank you so much, Silva. A pleasure to be here. I hope you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. Yeah, so I think my journey began in 2018, so that is 6, 7 years ago. I think what sparked my interest back then was, you get to Nairobi and and your closest relative trying to tell you about a certain trader who bought his mom piece, bought mom piece, all that. So I think the first the first thing I ever heard about trading was the fact that kids can be able to give their closest family as their mother a life out of. So I think that was the first interaction I had with trading. So I think the discovery came from that first. So just usual estate chatter first. And then slowly by slowly, no, I think because of that interest, I got myself into cliques of friends that were into, or rather, that had interests from trading. Yeah. So along those lines, my uncle paid me, I mean, paid for a specific course in trading at that particular time. I think I was probably in my second year of campus at the time in JCOT. So during that particular time now in JCOT, once I got, I think in my third year, I happened to meet a lecturer who was teaching us about time series analysis. So I think now that now spurred my interest in thinking, okay, can I match my maths in trading? What is this sticker data talking about? What is this pricing data? All that. So that is now the second thing which triggered my interest into trading at the time. So trying to question my lecturer about a specific concept as his teaching. And I think at that particular time, I began researching or trying to figure out, can I build a career out of trading? I think at that time, it is when I discovered about quantitative trading. Yeah. So what is MQL5? What is Python? What is machine learning, data science, all that. So, but then the truth of the matter is when you go to the job market, uh, you go to a specific bank and they ask you, what course did you do? They tell them industrial mathematics. Nothing clicks. So I think it was a very difficult wake up call, but I think the fact that I could see some future from what I was researching in made me stick and gave me that relentlessness in doing so. So I think the first bot I ever built came out of me just looking at a YouTube channel and just copying it on MQL4, trying to understand what this guy is doing. And I think the excitement of seeing something work really sparked that particular interest at the time. So I think since then, and since most of my friends at the time were developers as well, I think I began getting deeper and deeper and deeper into building stuff, especially around trading. Yeah.
All right. We can say that your journey into trading came from your lecturer in campus. He's like the one
Yeah.
who prompted you to actually look it up, and then now I would be curious to know now, when you started out
Mhm.
as a manual trader, because before you started building systems and bots, and guys, bots are just trading robots. It's just a short form for trading robots. So before you started
Yeah.
building systems and everything, what was your trading style like? Was it a reflection of your trading personality? And what is your approach to risk when it comes to your own personal trading style now as a manual trader, then now, before you now began the quantitative approach to trading?
Yeah, thank you. For the first 3 years, I was majorly trading manually.
Mm-hmm.
So based on what I learned from that, uh, this guy told us who taught us trading at the time. So it was I was doing trading manually a lot, and and my trading style, I was experimenting a lot. But what I settled in after those past 3 years was swing trading. Because honestly, usually for all the traders, I think we all blow accounts. But for me, I was blowing a lot of accounts at that particular time I was starting. So, yeah, so I think, but I started to realize that I'm getting a wind into trading while doing swing trading. So, making it as simple as possible, swing trading. I had a strategy which I was using, which was trend driven, uh, which made it a bit simple. The trading is simple. It can be a bit difficult. So, but let's just say swing trading. And maybe I would simplify myself as someone who is a reactive trader, not predictive.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I often found myself, because the moment when I try to predict the market, it is most often the time when I would break or rather blow accounts or lose a lot of money, all
Mm-hmm.
that. So I think since then, I learned how to become reactive to what the data is communicating
Mm-hmm.
as I was trading manually. It was simpler and less emotionally draining. Yeah.
All right. So you're a swing trader. And welcome, Afro Swing. Welcome. Afro Swing will be our co-host for today's session. So guys, if you have questions, you can type them in on the chat section, and then we'll be sure to answer your questions before the end of this webinar. So yeah, so Steve, so now
Mhm,
after doing the manual trading for 3 years, like you said, as a swing trader,
mhm,
and blowing
mhm.
accounts and learning. I usually tell people there are two ways to learn trading. You can either blow up accounts or you can just pay for tuition. So either way, you're still gonna pay for tuition. So for you, you went the route of blowing accounts, thanks to not I won't be very kind, but thanks to your ignorance at the very beginning. But now maybe you can tell us what prompted you to actually switch from manual trading to now becoming an automated trader. And with the background of your schooling now in your degree, did you like have someone code for you your swing trading strategy, or did you hire like a programmer, or do you actually do it yourself? So I'm curious to know more about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think five things. One, manual trading is tough. It's not easy. It's still really tough. So, what prompted me to switch from trading manual to being to trading or to maybe quant trading was simplicity. I was looking for simplicity. Um, and in that particular journey of looking for simplicity, I discovered that risk management is easier if I build tools I mean, that simplify trading. Yeah. Number four, my mathematics background from campus and and my stint in working for a hedge fund for a short while. I think before then, what made me really switch was I think that insight to get from being exposed to information from books, to different podcasts, to different material that are around markets and trading, sparked the interest. It made me feel excited
Mhm.
because as much as math is hard, but math can be exciting. And I think for me, the exciting part was discovering that actually you can actually use maths for trading. Because, for example, my interpretation for example, for trading boards or trading, what do you call this, indicators, it's just a bunch of mathematical formulas set up in code. Yeah. So, and then number five, lastly, I wanted a career. Yeah, so I think I was one of those guys who are who are really looking for a career from a very early point in campus. So I really wanted a career. So I think from the word go, or the moment it clicked that, okay, you know what, I think I can do this. It came out of trying to look for a career. So I think those are my first, my five answers on what to do.
Mm.
But funny thing is, I've never hired a programmer myself. I've worked with programmers, but all my bots, I know how all my bots work, the code base, all that. I know everything about my bots. So I've never primarily hired developers to build my bots. Yeah.
All right, that's impressive, really. And coding is not easy, especially if you didn't have any background knowledge to coding. But now, just to make this tutorial very easy for people to understand, what is your definition of automated trading to a layman, and how can they leverage on your expertise as a quant to become professional traders themselves?
All right. Thank you. So what is automated trading? So automated trading is the activity of trading the financial markets with tools that either simplify your manual trading or by completely automating it. For example, you can build a tool that helps you in charting or analysis or portfolio management or risk management, for example, cleaning data, crunching information. So just depending on how you trade, the traders who lean on a specific side of trading than the other. So you can build tools. You don't have to automate trading. I think trading automation sometimes is it is overemphasized across digital platforms. Sometimes you can just build tools that simplify your trading. Yeah. So and probably how probably traders can leverage my expertise. Yeah. So over the past 4 years of my quant trading career, I think I've
Mhm.
helped companies, I've helped traders, uh, and even sometimes non-traders in the area of work with what I do. For example, I've helped developers build either tools or bots for automated trading. Most often I build bots, or rather, I build bots with client out of my strength in terms of my experience. So, which is building reactive bots most often, because bots can either be reactive or predictive. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I've helped traders also discover alpha from data analysis.
Mhm.
For example, a trader can come and say, okay, this is how I trade, this is my data, but I'm still having a difficult time this or that. How can I be able to break through this particular period that I have at the moment? So um, I've also helped traders to automate their strategies. It can be on MQL4, MQL5, it can be on TradingView through PineScript, for example. It can also be on Web3 because uh, there are actually traders who exist that are into trading on the blockchain chains or other on blockchains like Ethereum and the likes, Binance and the likes. Yeah. So across different places, API integrations, for example, is a big deal, especially for firms that are looking to trade strategies with their own infrastructure. So that is also very, very helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And just
I've
to
also helped
just
traders.
to
Yeah,
clarify, because I think we need to simplify some quant jargon. So API is
yeah,
an
sure.
application programming interface. Maybe you
Yeah,
can tell guys what MQL4 and MQL5 is, and then yeah, as we
sure,
continue.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so MQL4 and MQL5. So MQL is short for MetaQuotes language. So it's a programming language that is offered, that was provided by MetaQuotes company. So it's a language that you build on top of the infrastructure. For example, if you're trading with MT4, you'll probably use a bot that was built with MQL4. And if you build, or if you are trading on MT5, you'll probably build a bot that was built with MQL5. And how do you use APIs? So an API is so it's an endpoint. So how can I put it? So imagine a station whereby I can be able to get data from a brokerage without having to go through MT5 or MT4. You're simply getting raw data. Yeah. So for specific reasons. So a company may, or even a trader can probably use the API to probably trade because not everyone wants to trade with MT5, right? Or MT4. So that is what an API does in the simplest of terms. So I hope it's clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so that's pretty explain in a simple language. Thank you. So as an automated trader, as a quant now, what is the importance of coding and making use of artificial intelligence and machine learning? And then do you backtest your bots? Do you like have a way of either forward testing or back testing your trading to make sure that you have trading longevity, and also just to be able to accommodate the different market trends that usually happen every day, because the market that was last year is not the same market that is happening now. So what is it that you do that makes sure that you stay on top of your game as a quant trader, now making use of the skill set that you have both as a programmer and a student of machine learning and AI?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Yeah. So when you are building, especially, I mean, when you're building any product, it can be a software, it can be a trading bot. We often work along a framework. Yeah. And this framework really simplifies how we build. So for myself, with how I've built, not just alone, but with other developers, we often work with a framework. And the framework is often used during building or alpha discovery because it simplifies the discovery. Um, so, or because when you're building a bot, you want to have something that is very clean from the time it's ideation to building a prototype to building an MVP to probably uh, um, getting it on production where you actually test it. So we use a framework that simplifies alpha discovery. So, and with that framework, it is when we now do the testing itself. We do the back testing, the forward testing. And yes, sometimes we use AI tools. And there are different AI tools. For example, we have a tool called Friction. So it really helps because sometimes you need to like test it across a really wide array of data in a very short period of time. Because if you just used MQL5, for example, or rather, sorry, MT5's tester, you're limited in terms of the amount of data and the amount of time. Yeah. So some tools like Fractured, which are actually AI tools, allow you to train a variety of data where you can back test and forward test in a very short period of time across a lot of assets with the tools that you have. Yeah. So yeah, so there are different ways in which you can do this. Yeah.
All right, all right. So at this point, it's like almost midway. I'm gonna take a few questions from the audience. So Maurice, please read for us I think George has 3 questions. I'm gonna start by answering the third one. So he's asking, what is a VPS and how do you link a trading robot to MT4, MT5 using a VPS? So George, a VPS is basically just a virtual private server. So you can be able to look more into that after this webinar. So I think, Maurice, you can unmute yourself and take in the 2 questions from George so that at least Steve can answer those two questions, and then I will proceed with the questions. And then, of course, Steve will at some point show us his live trading on how he actually uses quantitative trading to execute a buy or a sell signal on a live chart analysis. So yeah, Gitao. All right. So I think I haven't seen Gitao unmuting himself. Maybe he's a bit off, but I will just ask. George was asking. Let me just go to that chat section before we lose it. Just a minute. Or George, you can just unmute yourself and actually ask. So he was asking. Ask him about Markov theory of trading. And then also ask Steve, how do you link a robot to MT5? So quickly, Steve, do you know about the Markov theory of trading? If you do, you can maybe tell us more. And then you can maybe, during your live presentation, you can show us how someone can link a bot to the trading platform. So those are the two questions from the audience. Guys, feel free to type in your questions as we go.
All right. So the question was about Markov here. So I think Markov is a concept I've had before. Honestly, it's been a while since I got into the particular concept, so I can't answer the question as of now. But yes, I think the concept that I have explored with traders also. But I think since it requires some depth, I think I'd rather answer the question probably as side chat. Yeah. So
All right.
yeah. So what is the other question, Karen?
The other question was how do you load an EA or a trading robot on MT5 trading platform?
All right. All right. So okay, let me see. I'm not able to share my screen on that since I don't have the setup at the moment though. But maybe I can explain to the trader because I think it's probably something that probably we can do together if he is available for that. So how do you link a bot? So now, when you have a bot in your PC, assuming you have it set up in your list of expert advisors, yeah. So it's very simple. So you can just lift your bot to a chart, and then there it is. You are loaded. You've loaded your bot to your chart. So basically, when you're working with bots, especially on MT5 and MT4, most often MT5 does not allow you to trade to actually load a bot in one chart, and within one chart you can trade many assets at once. So you often load your bot to specific assets that you want to trade. Yeah. So if you want to trade gold, you load it on gold. You're still the same. If it's a stock, then the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Morris is saying apologies, his mic was acting up. That's why he wasn't able to actually ask those questions. But hey, okay, so now that we have covered at least maybe you can actually tell us more about now your current role with your company that you founded, Swift, which is a decentralized payment solution that is designed for traders and businesses handling crypto fiat transactions and remittances, as well as treasury management in stablecoins. So that question is very loaded. I think it relates more to cryptocurrencies. So as a payment solution, like a PSP, for example, what does Swift do and what can people actually just tell us more about what Swift is and how our attendees can actually make use of it. Quickly.
All right. Okay. All right. So I'll just talk about Swipe and then go back to the question about looking at the chart briefly.
Mm-hmm.
So Swipe. So Swipe is a payment solution. It's a payment gateway that whether you are a supermarket chain or you are a shop in town that sells shoes or you're a client, you can be able to use Swipe to accept payments, whether in stable coins or fiat. So it's a very simple method of payment. And what Swipe brings, actually, the problem that actually a Swipe solves is the fact that transaction costs in Kenya, or rather East Africa, rather Africa at large, are quite expensive, number one. Payments are very fragmented. For example, if I have to make a payment to a client, and I have cash, I have to go to a bank, put it in a bank, go to the client, ask them for the bank details, make a payment, get a contract, and all that. It's a very tedious process because you have to go through three different uh, places for you to complete a payment. But with Stripe, we made it simple for you to be able to receive payments in crypto immediately. So without third parties, without a person in between. So we were able to like build a platform that one simplifies trading, saves cost of transaction. For example, if you use Stripe to let's say make two to 50,000 shillings of a payment, it will probably just cost around 16 shillings compared to other methods of payment that are 80% more expensive. And you can be able to receive payments from anywhere in the world because of the fact that we have been able um, to connect mobile money and blockchain. Yeah. So in a very simple way. So we do have two products. One for like a plug and play for merchants. So we call it Swift merchants. So which is you can set it up to at your shop or to supermarket where a user just comes, gives you the phone number, they get a pop-up in the phone, they've made a payment, but the shop owner has received USDT, yeah, right into their wallet. And this isn't a Binance wallet where someone can come and probably hack or someone can come and probably stop your payments for so and so reasons. So we use DeFi wallets. Yeah. So for example, we have MetaMask, we have such wallets. So meaning that you're promoting self-custody. Yeah. So meaning the assets that you have in your wallet, when someone comes and make up payments to you, you have complete ownership of your assets. It's a concept called self-custody in blockchain. Yeah. Yeah. So that is for the Stripe Matters, which is basically a plug and play for retail business owners and even for enterprise level clients who need a simple plug and play for the business payment integration. Yeah. Yes. So the second product that we have is an app, which we are actually launching it in phases through a group of users slowly as we move. So which now allows you to now spend your crypto.
Mhm.
You can easily go to Naivas and spend your USDT there, or even buy some USDT with M-Pesa and then spend it at will on a daily basis. Yeah.
All right.
So you can pay to till numbers and phone numbers.
All
So that
right.
is what Swipe is about.
All right. Thank you. Guys, I've sent you on the chat section, I've sent you a new link because this session is going to expire in 5 minutes. So this is the link that you're going to go to, and that's the link that Steve is going to use to demonstrate to us his live practical experience as a quant trader. So before we actually hop onto that other link, Stephen, maybe you can also just clarify to us, now that you've shifted from FX to cryptocurrencies, like, did that happen like automatically once Bitcoin was launched as a major cryptocurrency asset, as a popular digital asset? And when it comes to cryptocurrencies, are you a speculator or are you a buy and hold investor? And so yeah, so what actually made you now? Because I've seen three transitions in your trading from a manual trader, and then you became a quantitative trader, and then now you have also diversified your asset classes from just majorly trading Forex to cryptocurrencies and actually offering a payment solution platform for people using cryptocurrencies. So like what's going on? Because you find that most people actually specialize on maybe one major asset class. They learn how to do it very well, and then they now move on to other asset classes.
Okay. Let's just say it is about exposure. Because I think in my area of work with either working for clients or working for funds, um, you get exposed to specific assets that they have told you this is what we trade. Yeah. So because of that reason, I found myself being exposed to bits and bits of everything. I'm consulting for my employer to specific clients, looking at specific assets, for example. So bits and bits of everything give me the experience to explore Forex, to explore stocks, to explore crypto, especially blockchain side. So I think my area of expertise has majorly been around Forex, um, stocks, and then blockchain tech. So because I think in my last stint as an employee, I think I was into blockchain tech, and that is what sparked my interest in a building Swipe with my other co-founders. Because I think one of the things which really sparked the interest at first was being conned on Binance. So I think if you've used Binance before, I think you can understand what I mean by con, cons on such exchanges. So I think also it is one of the things. And the difficulty of having to exchange back to shillings for you to spend your crypto. So that also sparked the interest because we were thinking, how can I be able to spend my USDT in a local in the local shop down the street? I want to buy some mandazi, some bread. At the local market, I want to buy some groceries. So that is what sparked the first interest that we had almost 2 years ago to now building Swipe. So the journey I've had over the past 7 years, but I can say it has been rapid, aggressive, and no rest. Honestly, I think it's been quite a journey.
All right, guys, I need you to take a breather, take some water, take some juice, take some coffee. Let's hop on to the other link. I've sent you on the chat section. Just exit this link. Let's join in the second link. On the second link is when now we're going deep into the details of the practical side of quantitative trading. So I'm gonna end this call here. Guys, I hope you have clicked on that second link. So see you on the other side. All right. Hi, Gitao. Is your mic working now?
Am I audible?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. There's a rollover question from the first session that Joseph had. Maybe you can note it down. Joseph was asking, ask Stephen if he sells bots, and if he does, how people can actually get in touch and how much he sells them for. So maybe you can note that down. Yeah, yeah.
Thank
So
you.
guys, let's give our guest is actually here. So Stephen, kindly I've given you access to share screen. In a very simple manner, assume you're in kindergarten, just take us through your trading process, how you execute a buy and sell order, and especially make use of Forex. But if you can touch on other asset classes that you also trade, but majorly you can start off with maybe one of the major currencies that you've been looking at recently, and then just give us like your trading rationale and yeah.
All right. Okay. In very simple terms, very quickly. So quantitative trading is not like what manual trading is. So which is you go to a screen, like have your setup, you funded your account, and then you start trading. So what quant trading is that you build a trading strategy that actually it's a bot, it's a machine that you build that you have set up in your trading account that works along a series of rules, yeah, according to how you've built it. So I'm going to share my screen and probably show probably a documentation of a few bots that I've built over time. Um, Not at least explain. So just give me a second.
All right.
Let me share the screen. So let me just walk you through. So this is one of the bots that I currently have. Yeah. So I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So I created this specific documentation to simplify the language. Yeah. So when you build a bot, you're simply building a tool that you can, according to how you trade. I'm going to like talk about automated tools. Yeah. So the tool that you've built, you put it in your trading account, um, and you have given it a set of rules through code to execute under a specific set of rules. Yeah. For example, so let me just share with you. Um, we shall look at a specific bot that I built called QQA plus plus plus. So look at the entries. Yeah. So this bot was built using an indicator called QQA. Yeah. So meaning it uses a series of moving averages and the QQE indicator to execute. For example, when it specifically does a specific action or when it is a specific time and at a specific frequency. So looking at the entrance, at the entries here, you're seeing trigger, you're seeing time function, you're seeing frequency. Yeah. So how often or when is it actually sending out the trades? Yeah. So specifically, this one here, order execution is triggered by the slow, fast, and QQE plots. If the QQE plot is increasing above its previous values and against the slow and fast QQE plots, then a bullish bias is established, and vice versa for a bearish bias. So, in simple terms, compare this with moving averages. Yeah. If okay, I assume we are all traders in the call, and I'm trying to explain moving average. So, assuming you are trading crossovers, yeah, you'll probably trade a death crossover. Is it called a death and gold crossover? So, meaning that when the quicker one or the smaller period moving average crosses the slower, then that's a bullish. And then if it closes, and if the slower period moving average um, crosses the larger period moving average, then that is a sell. It's now a comparative of this specific bot here. Yeah. So you can build a bot that does so many things. So that is how an example of how bots work on a chart. So let me now probably get into a specific, maybe one that probably all of us can probably maybe understand in a very easy way. This isn't an automated bot, it's a tool that you can use. It's a risk manager. So which gives you a dynamic position sizing, which means when you're trading, you don't want to like put a lot size that is too large, yeah, or that is too small. Uh, you want to put a lot size or a trade volume which is dynamic according to the size of your account, according to the risk you want to take, according to the exposure of the trading. So dynamic position sizing. Then we have trade prediction modes. Are you opening market orders or pending orders? Yeah. Um, yeah. So then there's risk exposure management. So how exposed are you when trading? What is your risk and risk to reward ratio? of your trading. How much percentage of your capital are you exposed to the market? Is it 20%, 40%, 3%, 100%? And out of that exposure percentage of your capital, how much are you using to now calculate your lot size? Yeah. So yeah, so this is probably a documentation which now simplifies specific bots that I've built. Yeah. So these specific bots here, I call it FX sessions. So okay, now to just bring up something interesting. As I say, you can build bots as tools. Yeah. For this one here, it is also a tool. It is not automated, but it tells but you can use it to get into positions very quickly. For example, this if maybe you guys can just read through, you'll understand that it works with market sessions. We have the London session, New York, and the Tokyo trading sessions. Yeah. So and the hypothesis for this is that during the open of every session, the market tends to move in a specific direction. And the bet, so based on my research and the data, is is that if the market was bearish in the previous session, then high chances are in the next session it could be bearish as well. Yeah. So it helps you set up a basis, or rather a buyer's alley. For example, I can have a buyer's 30 minutes before the session. I can tell it, okay, at 8:30 p.m., we're going to be bullish, so buy. Yeah. So meaning at specific 8:30, it's going to send a trade according to your buyers. Yeah. So it also tracks the spread. If the spread, it has, or rather the slippage, it is within a specific threshold that is too much, it will not execute the trade. So it looks at slippage as well. Yeah. And the volume sizing, or rather the lot size placings in itself is also automated. So it really simplifies your trading if you're a person who probably trades stocks, perhaps sometimes. Yeah, so I just mentioned about this spot just earlier on, QQE. It's an indicator that is also in MT5, if I'm not wrong, but you can actually find it within MT5's library of tools. Yeah. So and then we have this bot. So I have different versions of this particular bot. It's called HA Trend Analyzer. So for most part of my career, I've been a trend trader. So meaning I don't trade binary versions. Most often I trade trends. So this particular, I have the automation version of it. I also have the tool aspect of it, which is it can tell me, okay, for specific assets, it can be stocks, Forex, cryptos, whichever stock choice, like of your choice, yeah. That asset is bullish, and it sends you a very filtered signal to you every 3 hours or every two, like whatever period of time you want. So it can be 5 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever period it sends you. For example, so this is a trading channel that I have a few assets that are listed. You can be able to access it through scanning the QR code right there. So it tells you for gold, it is bullish, and it sends you the signal at a specific price. Yeah. So this is one tool that you can use. Yeah. So it is directional. And one thing that I think is unique about the bot is that I was able to find a few tools that I coded into the bot that filters a lot of noise. Yeah. If you looked at a chart within a 2 hour period, or let's say within a 6 hour period, you'll see there's a lot of movement there in. But what if you can be able to filter out that whole noise and know whether at a specific time the market was really bullish or bearish? the benefit of this bot is also it makes you also get into the markets at the right time, not too early, not too late, especially when you're looking for really big swings. As I said, I always try to make my trading simple. So meaning I can either have this bot execute those particular trades automatically for me, or it can send me a signal and say sell a specific asset, and I can go to trade a specific move for a whole 3 weeks um, because of its ability um, to block out so much noise. So it basically took a lot of mathematics to look at the pricing and then simplify it
Okay.
to give you a really clear perspective of where the market is going. So I have a ton of bots that I built. I just try to probably give the simplest tools that I can provide during for this explanation. Yeah.
Okay. I think to be very honest, this quantitative trading stuff can be a bit difficult to process for the first time. So would you be open to a physical tutorial session with our members? Or if we have a seminar and then you can come in on board as a panelist and you can explain to us more about quantitative trading. I've seen you also work with Tradity Capital. Is that a hedge fund or is that like a bot service that you guys offer to your clients? Yeah, just before now, Maurice takes up the Q&A session.
Yeah. So Trinity Capital is a brand that I'm actually building.
Yeah, yeah, sorry about that.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. No problem. Yeah. So it's a service. It's a company that I'm actually working on at the moment, where we build bots for traders or for companies, for enterprise level. We're talking about funds, either private funds or funds from licensed funds more often. We build bots for them and tools, but we also train developers. Yeah. So, like for example, 2 weeks ago, we were training a group of developers and traders into concepts that relates to building on MQL5 and also Python. Yeah. So that is what we were actually doing at the time. So I think it's a vehicle that I use. I'm actually currently at our lab at the moment. I don't know whether I can be able to move my camera. So it is late hours, but we are still moving. So,
Okay.
but yes, we do have a lab here that we usually build stuff for traders. Yeah.
Right. So you'd be willing to actually offer your services to our attendees if they need you. How can they get in touch? And then what would be like your best trading tip takeaway as a quant trader? And also, which books did you read that really just stuck with you when it comes to trading?
All right. That's a lot of questions. All right. Let's start by saying my biggest advice I can give to traders. Being reactive to the market, not predictive. A lot of times we see traders spending so much time of their trading career trying to predict where the market will go. Yeah. Try to be reactive. Number two, I'll just put two. Number two is explore. Uh, so there is so much textbook and shallow knowledge on YouTube and such places. If you can be able to just open a chat and try to understand why things work this way, there is so much you can learn. You don't have to go to a development school to be able to like, be able to understand concepts. It's about being curious, yeah? Looking at things from the most basic point of view to the most complex. it exposes you to so much knowledge in a sometimes very short period of time. So yes, I'm very open to train traders and developers on how to start. I often help traders, as I mentioned. Of course, at Trade Capital, we do charge for like such services. But yes, we are very open to train developers and traders on different concepts around building strategies, even if it is trading manually. There are a few things you can borrow from quantitative trading that will really simplify your life as you're trying to build a career. So building a career in trading is possible if you have the data to prove so. So because there is no point of hustling through trading if you if you're asked for the past 6 months what have you been doing and have no data to show for it. So I think do not um, ignore the importance of having data. Data is equal to experience in the world of trading. So yes, you can reach me. I'm sure Sylvia has my contacts. You can share to whoever needs to reach out. Yes, we don't sell bots. Let me just clarify that. Um, but if you are interested in using a bot, there's a model in which we use to be able to expose you to the bots that we uh, have have built already. And if you already have a bot, especially if you already have code base, it's good to trade with bots that actually fully understand what the code is doing. Uh, I strongly advise my friends to avoid buying bots because a bot will break and you'll never know when it breaks, and it's gonna shock you when you least expect. So, if possible, if you have a code base of a bot, you'd like me to have a look at it, see how we can optimize it, make it better, make it work. Then I'm sure Silver can be able to provide my contacts, then we can get this going. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Steve joined our trading community. So, guys, I'm gonna link his contact, or rather, the trading support group chat on the show notes for this webinar as we're uploading it. So now it's an open forum for Q&A, guys. I want you guys to get as much value as I have during this tutorial. So if you have questions, I think Joseph's question has already been answered. Steve doesn't sell bots, but he can be able to help you with your quantitative trading if you actually need that. So yeah, Maurice, I'm gonna have you conduct the Q&A session. And also if you have questions of your own, Liz as well, George, this is your time to actually ask Steve what you guys had prepared for today. Yeah.
Thank you, Sylvia. And thank you, Stephen, for that elaborate, in-depth presentation. I think from one trader to another trader, you seem to have a lot of depth of mastery. I think it's good that you're sharing your knowledge with others. So you had mentioned that you don't sell bots, and the previous that I was rolling over was about selling bots. So Sylvia, that question has been rendered moot. I think now other members can now give their own questions.
Yeah, so it's an open forum. Liz, if you want to unmute yourself, Joseph as well, and George, you can do so and ask Stephen any question that you have for him in regards to today's topic. Gitao, you don't have a question?
Presently, I don't have a question. I am simply learning. I have had a bit of quant trading. Now I'm getting to realize that it's almost localized here in Kenya.
Good stuff, good stuff. Joseph, I think you can ask your question if you have a follow-up question for Steve.
Hello, evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
Uh, First of all, is to thank you for hosting Steve, and also for organizing for this very wonderful session. Though there are some terms that I really didn't get, but I'm really thankful for this session. I'm wondering whether for those who don't have a bot, how can he assist one to develop one? Yes, because currently I'm on manual trading. I'm learning. So how can he help one to develop one? Does he teach or does he help in developing one?
All right.
Okay.
Good question. Thank you so much. So, yes. Yeah, so we can do two things, yeah. I can give you access to the bots that we have already, and you can take advantage of them. So we can give you access to the bots that we already have. That is one, yeah. By not really selling, but we know how we can provide access. So we can give you the access to the bots to utilize it for your trading. Of course, at a subscription, of course, we charge that, but we can side chat on that. Number two, yes, we can help you build. So often, what we do to help you build your own bot is that we ask you a series of questions for us to understand what kind of bot do you want, the kind of features you expect it to have, the potential of the bot. So and also what are you aiming with the bot? So with that, with those questions, with those like series of questions, we come up with a specification sheet which allows us to now have now told us. Yeah. So we now build a
Hello.
bot from that, and then we now deliver it back to you. It is just like building a project like any other, which of course comes with a cost, but trust me, building bots really simplifies life. So I can say it is pretty much worth it. You're gonna save a couple of months of your lifetime with just simply automating some of the activities that you undertake when you're trading. Yeah.
All right. I can see
Yeah,
Liz.
that Hello.
Yes, Joseph.
That's wonderful to run. But will I need to come to you physically, or do I have to communicate virtually so that to develop the bot for me? Do I have to come to you?
Okay, you don't really have to, but most often we find clients coming to us because before building, it is a process of discovery. Probably 1, 2 meetings is enough to discover exactly what you want. Because building a bot is just like building any other software. You have to understand, you're building a software which also, so we sit with you so that at least you can understand exactly what you want achieved, and then build afterwards. So it doesn't have to be physical, but most often than not, physical helps because of clarity purposes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what we can do in regards to that, Steve, we can have, for the interested people, we can have like a consultation session, a virtual one, because you find that most of the people might not be within Nairobi, but they would still want your services. So I think in line with that, we can just do a follow-up consultation class after this call, maybe in a couple of days. So Liz had a comment. She's saying that she's really learned a lot from you, Steve, and she's appreciative of your expertise and knowledge in the same. So George, do you have a question? I think we're almost winding up the Q&A session. George, if you have a question, this is the time to ask.
Yes, I have one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kindly proceed to ask your question. Okay, I see he has kind of like dropped off. So as we close this in remarks, what would be like the trading book that you would recommend for quantitative traders, and also like a simple, easy to digest material or reference that you can tell people when it comes to automated trading still?
All right. Probably what I can do, I think because sometimes getting these books can be a challenge. I can provide a lot of resources probably to the community. Especially, I can probably refer the traders to materials provided by Quant Insti. So Quant Insti is an institution, one of the top institutions in the world that I'm, I'm, I'm actually part of at the moment in terms of study. They provide a lot of material that can consume according to how you trade, whether you're a scalper, you're a swing trader, and you're trying to understand quantitative trading. So any material provided by Quant Insti, especially newsletters, comes a long way because I think the reason why I don't want to provide a book, it's because Quant Insti provides specific direct direction to what you should be looking for. So I think, especially for traders who are new to quantitative trading, I'd strongly advise them to look for such material instead of books first. If I'm supposed to suggest a book, uh, maybe books that are specifically geared towards understanding languages like Python and machine learning, specifically time series analysis. Um, what else? But also maths. I think maths also is a very important thing, especially probabilities, because we often work with that a lot, especially when building what's around a predictive analysis. And then also sentiment analysis as well. So it is quite critical. So I think those um, those three concepts are pretty critical if you want to get into quantitative trading. You don't have to be a maths guru. You don't have to be very good at maths.
Mm.
You simply have to be curious. Yeah.
All right. So in a nutshell, so you've said your references, you'll give me a link to that quant school. Then I will link it. So, but in a nutshell, you've said time series, probabilities, and what else? Sentiment analysis.
Yes, yes.
All
I
right.
think it's a good start to any trader to at least start there. Yeah.
All
Good
right.
start.
And of course, the coding languages, Python and the likes. All right. I don't want to
Python,
close this
yeah.
session. Yeah, I don't want to close this session before George asks his question. George, please ask your question. Steve is here. He's still around.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Steve, I bought one from Yahoo MLQ for you 30 and 100. Hello.
Yes, yes. We can hear
I've
you.
never been able to. I bought
Sorry?
an expert advisor moja. And
Okay,
up to
so
now, I've not been able to integrate it, the MLQ.
okay, so I think George's question is he bought an EA or a bot and he's never been able to load it on the trading platform that he's using. So he's asking,
Okay.
how do you plug and play an EA to a trading platform?
All right. I think the best way of probably answering the question is a practical walkthrough with you or what to do it on in your side. So if we can have maybe Sylvia, you can share my contact to
Yes,
George,
I will.
so at least I can walk him step by step. Is it
Yes.
MQL? Is it an MQ4 or an MQ5 file?
think he's using MT5 on the HFM portal.
Okay, all right. Simply use it. I think we can walk it through. I think that is really possible.
Yes. So guys, I want to just note that we'll have a follow-through consultation session for you guys because this is pretty detailed. And then as time goes by, it will become more simpler. So thank you guys for your time. Thank you for attending. Thank you for the engaging conversation that we've had. Steve, I'm sure we'll have you again. We'd love to host you again on our trading lounge. And we'd love for people to actually come to your sessions. Where is your lab situated?
We are located at Applewood. This is opposite Greenhouse along Gond Road. Yeah, located right there. Yeah.
Okay. I will actually share your phone number with the trading community or the members. I just can't publish it here. But yeah, it's been real. Thank you so much. You've taken us back to school. Personally, you've taken me back to my master's degree. I studied quantitative finance in financial engineering. So hearing you explain those terms, it's always good to go back to school. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Gitao, for streaming in. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, George. And to everyone who will watch this webinar on our YouTube channel, we hope that you learn something new. We hope that you actually apply it on your trading and that you can actually move with the times and automate your trading strategy. And guys, if you wish to actually be an automated trader or even follow automated traders, you can do so using this brokerage firm. It's licensed by the CMA. And yeah, so it's a good night from us. And cheers, everyone. Have a good night. Until next time. Oh yeah, and guys, we're organizing a physical seminar sometime in April with Gitao. We'll be sure to watch the details on the trading community group on WhatsApp. And we'd love for you, Steve, to come along and just interact and network with our trading community. So yeah, so maybe your last final words to us as we go.
Yeah, final words. Yeah, I mean, be confident in your journey, have a direction and a possible outcome, yeah, of where you want to go with trading. Yeah, and I'm very open for any consultation in Silver Traders Lounge community. So you can reach out. I am available. We can have a chat, of course. Yeah.
All right. Cheers, guys. Thank you all. Lots of love, everybody. Good night.
I can choose.